If you've ever loved an avoidant person, you've surely asked yourself, do they even miss me? Is there anything left in their heart for me? Or am I just a forgotten chapter? I'm about to tell you a truth rooted in 4 decades of attachment theory research, a truth that will completely shift your perspective. Avoidant people don't forget you. They're simply incapable of missing you the way you'd expect. Their silence is a prison whose key they lost somewhere in their childhood. Today, I'm going to reveal the 7 secrets of what truly happens inside them the moment you walk out of their life. Secret number 1, their brain processes love as threat. Their amygdala activates as if they saw a snake when love comes close. This isn't drama. This is biology. When they cried, they were told be strong. When they were scared, they were told be brave. When they asked for love, they were taught be self-sufficient. Their brain decided closeness equals pain. Distance equals safety. When you come closer, they pull away because closeness feels like a tsunami. The second secret is even more astonishing. An avoidance grief system is delayed. It activates late. When a secure person loses a loved one, they feel the pain immediately. They cry, they talk, they process. But an avoidant suppresses their feelings completely. They lock them in a closed room and throw the key away. In the first week, they say, it didn't affect me. In the first month, they say, I'm better now. By the 3rd month, they're meeting new people. But then, suddenly, a song plays. A scent drifts by. A familiar place appears. And that locked door they had sealed shut, it cracks open. And then they miss you with an intensity you've only read about in novels. But by then, it's far too late. The third secret nobody tells you? Their silence isn't pure silence. They're fighting a constant war inside themselves. On one side is their heart. On another, their mind. And on the third side, their ego. The heart says, text them, apologize, tell them you made a mistake. The mind says, what if they don't reply? What if they reject you? Stay quiet. This is safer. And the ego says, you are not weak. You don't need anyone. You're fine alone. They type your name 30 times and delete it. They open your profile and close it. They want you, but the path to reach you feels so terrifying that they freeze in place. We call this emotional paralysis. Indifference feels peaceful. Their silence feels like a storm. The fourth secret will sound strange. You were their biggest threat because you had the ability to break down their walls. Avoidant people give an invisible test to everyone, and most people fail in the first stage itself. But you did what nobody else did. When they pushed you, you didn't run. When they showed cold behavior, you showed patience. When they asked for space, you gave it, but you didn't disappear. For the first time, their nervous system experienced a completely new feeling, emotional safety. Before you could leave them, they left you first. This was self-sabotage, but they called it self-protection. When you actually left, they realized they didn't just lose a person. They lost the only moment they had felt truly safe. The fifth secret might be the most painful of all. After you leave, avoidant people often jump quickly into new relationships. They're not replacing you. They're searching for you in every new person. Someone is too demanding. Someone is too distant. Someone wants to get close too fast. They compare every new person to you, and every comparison gives them a fresh wound. Eventually, they have to admit, you were unique. You were irreplaceable.
The sixth secret is that avoidant people often come back after a few months or even years. They won't directly say, I'm sorry, I lost you, I need you. because it feels like being emotionally naked. Instead, they use breadcrumbing. They'll send a small "hey." They'll like one of your old posts. They'll accidentally show up at a mutual event. They want you to come to them so that you take the risk of rejection, not them. Change never comes from saying, "I've changed." Change is revealed through consistent actions. The seventh and final secret, and this is the deepest one. Your leaving was the biggest mirror moment of their life. Before, they kept saying it was their shortcoming. They couldn't understand me. I'm fine. The world is wrong. For the first time, they had to ask, maybe the problem wasn't in them. Maybe it was in me. Some run from this earthquake, but a rare few accept it. They start therapy, they look at their childhood, they begin healing.
Before my final message, there are 4 deeper psychological truths you must understand in. Truths that therapists know, researchers have proven, but nobody talks about openly. What you're about to hear might explain things you've been questioning for years. Bonus insight number 1, what psychologists call the phantom limb effect. People who lose an arm still feel pain in it years later, in a limb that no longer exists. They reach out at night to text you, and then remember, you're not there. They say funny videos to share with you, and realize there's no one left to share. You became part of their emotional body. Amputating you leaves a wound time cannot heal. The second insight, why avoidants will never fight for you. They watch you leave in silence, even when their heart is screaming. Their brain has one golden rule: never show how much you need someone. They'd rather live with lifelong regret than one moment of appearing weak. They didn't lose you because they didn't love you. They lost you because they loved you too much to admit it. The third insight, idealization after loss. One of the cruelest patterns of the avoidant mind. While you were with them, they focused on your flaws. You talked too much. You wanted too much closeness. But the moment you're gone, your flaws vanish. Your perfections get magnified 10 times over. They remember your laugh, but not the arguments. Your kindness, but not the tension. This idealized version of you haunts every future relationship they try to build. The fourth and final insight, the delayed awakening. It happens during a life pivot moment, a loss, a health scare, a moment that breaks through their defenses. All the feelings they buried come rushing back at once, and they ask themselves, what have I done? But by the time this awakening happens, you're usually long gone, sometimes healed so completely that they no longer recognize the person they lost. Their awakening is not your responsibility. Your only job now is to keep moving forward into the life you deserve. Now I speak to you. Yes, you, the person watching this right now. You were enough. You are still enough. Your love was enough. Their vessel was cracked. No matter how much love you poured, they couldn't hold it. This is not your failure. So from today onward, whenever that question rises in your mind, do they miss me? Pause for a moment and breathe. Because that question, as innocent as it seems, is a trap that keeps your heart tied to someone who couldn't hold it. A trap that makes their absence the center of your universe, while you remain a visitor in your own life. Instead, ask yourself something far more important, something braver. Do I miss myself? Do I love myself the way I loved them? Do I give myself the same patience, the same understanding, the same grace I poured into someone who couldn't even receive it? You were never meant to be the healing for someone who refused to be healed. You were never meant to wait at the door of a heart that was locked from the inside. Their silence was not a message about your worth. It was a reflection of their fear. Let that go. Your destination is not their return. Your destination is the return to your own self, to that version of you that existed before you started shrinking to fit someone else's comfort. That version of you is still alive. She laughed without thinking, loved without asking for permission. That person is not gone. They are simply waiting, patiently, quietly, for you to come home to them. Coming home is not a single moment. It's 1,000 small choices. Choosing silence over chasing an answer that will never come. Every morning you wake up and choose yourself, you are rebuilding. Every boundary you hold, you are healing. Slowly, the emptiness they left behind fills with something new. Your own presence, your own love, your own wholeness. One day, you will look back at this pain and not recognize the person who lived through it. You will have become someone stronger. Someone who knows without question that being chosen once is not worth begging for. Protect your peace fiercely. Honor your heart. It survived what many wouldn't. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are simply on your way back to yourself. The most beautiful love story you will ever live is the one you write with yourself. You were always the love you were searching for. Take care of that beautiful heart of yours. It has carried you this far, and it will carry you home.